Today is a really cool day, and I'm going to tell you why. Let's do it. All right, guys, hope you're doing great out there today. If this is your first time here at my channel, my name is Kyle, and today is just a hell of a day, man. There have been many points along this YouTube journey where I've really kind of had to stop and reflect on the journey itself, like how far this channel has come, how supportive you guys have been of me, and how supportive some of these companies have been of just everything I'm doing here. With everything that I've kind of been through in my life, just kind of feeling lost and void of purpose, feeling like most of my days are wasted doing things that I don't want to do. To now be sitting here talking to this camera, talking to you guys, knowing that every day I get to wake up and I get to do something that I love. It's just, honestly, it's a feeling that I can't really describe. It's incredible. And on top of that, I've formed relationships with companies that I never dreamed that I would be working with before I started the YouTube channel. As I was starting the YouTube channel, being a year into doing this, like I never thought that I would get the kind of support from these big companies, frankly, these very, very big guitar companies that I do. So obviously it kind of seems like I'm doing something right, even though this whole thing has just been one big happy accident. But more importantly than what I'm doing is what you guys are doing. You guys are watching the videos, you're supporting the channel, you're leaving likes, you're leaving comments, you're just constantly supporting pretty much everything that I do here. And whether it be in the comment section, whether it be on my Discord group, whether it be in my Facebook group, or even just, you know, when I'm online talking to people on Instagram, talking on Facebook, it's even happened a couple of times where I meet somebody in public. It just seems like the response to the channel and what I do here has just been overwhelmingly supportive, overwhelmingly positive, and I seriously can't thank you guys enough for supporting what I do here and just kind of getting behind me and being the driving force behind this YouTube channel. It's one of the best parts of what I do is just getting to interact with you guys and see the impact that these videos are making firsthand. So yeah, super, super cool. I'm unboxing a cab. That probably seemed really like emotional and in-depth for, you know, something that probably seems silly. But yeah, Engel sent me one of their 412XXL Pro cabinets and it arrived yesterday. It arrived super quickly. They got it from Germany to here in like 4 days, like kind of insane. And it seems like they kind of sent it to me as just like a thank you. I mean, obviously it's product placement for some of my videos that I'm gonna be using it in, but Jurgen has been really, really cool. I got to meet Jurgen and I got to meet Marty a couple of weeks ago. Not only did we get to hang out and kind of talk for a while, but they also sent me home with the new Engl E670 Founders Edition, which you guys will see a video coming up on that very, very soon. But in speaking with them, you know, we had a really good conversation, and Jurgen before had kind of mentioned once I do the Engel Week stuff that maybe they could get an XXL cab in my hands, because I told Jurgen like how badly I wanted one of those cabs. Like basically ever since I've known anything about gear, I got a Mesa oversized cab, and the Engel XXL 412 was just kind of like the next step in my eyes at the time. I've wanted one of those cabs really badly for myself for as long as I can remember. That want has not changed. They're just a really, really hard cab to come across on the used market for a good price, because it seems like everybody who buys them keeps them. Or it could also be the fact that they are so heavy that once they move them into a place in their house, they never want to move them again, because I experienced that yesterday as well. But anyways, mentioning that to Jurgen, he kept a mental note of it, which I thought was really cool, and he actually sent me one. So yeah, you guys are probably watching me unbox this right now as I talk to you in the background, so I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna cut to the rest of that unboxing, and then I jammed through the cab for a little bit and I recorded it for you guys, my first impressions and my first experience. So I hope that you guys enjoy, and I just wanted to record this little intro because I didn't have time. I was too excited to unbox the cab when it showed up, and I had too many other things going on to stop and do this, but also wanted to say thank you guys. Thank you for the support. Thank you for being here. Thank you for pushing me. Thank you for the constructive criticism and the feedback. And yeah, just thanks for being a belligerent amateur and helping to make things like this happen. So here we go. Back to yesterday, Kyle. So cool, man. This is seriously so cool. What a moment. What a moment, seriously. This, it never really loses its impact when I get to work with companies like this. It really doesn't. Look at it, man. I've literally waited years and years and years to not only own, but to even just to play through one of these things, like in my own setting. It's insane. Yeah, I've wanted one for so long. You guys can tell I'm a little bit more reserved than normal. I'm just kind of taking in the moment. Taking in the moment. But I will say that this cab is obnoxiously heavy. And I knew it was gonna be because all the other Engel stuff is like just so stupidly heavy. I realistically don't know if I'm gonna be able to get this cab out of my basement after I get it down there. So it's actually almost kind of a bummer because I would love to use this thing live, but it's gonna be a real chore transporting this thing because it is the heaviest cab I have ever felt before. And that includes my Mesa Oversized, everything, like stupid. But yeah, man, what a moment. Let's get it downstairs. I'll play a couple riffs on this thing just so you guys can hear it. I'm super pumped. I'm super pumped for this. Thanks again to Engel. Like, they've been super supportive for a really long time in the channel, ever since I got hooked up with them. Thank you, Jurgen. And yeah, let's get this beautiful beast into the belligerent amateur dungeon. Let's do it. Lift with your legs in a swift jerking motion for ultimate safety. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ugh. Hi, buddy. Hi. Here we go. All right, guys, I have my Engel Fireball 100 sitting atop this big, beautiful behemoth of a cab. We have it plugged directly into the E412XXL in the mono input because we're only using one amplifier, so obviously we would be using the mono input. I am literally physically worn out from moving this cab around. It did not take much. This thing is insanely heavy. But yeah, I basically just wanted to set it up real quick for you guys so you guys can experience the first riffs through this cabinet with me. Together we can experience it as a nice little family that likes to fucking chug. No, but for real, guys, as always, anytime anything like this happens, I have to thank you guys because you guys, the audience, the community around this channel, you are what makes things like this happen for me, and I literally can't thank you enough, which is, it makes me really happy to know that we've got some giveaways and stuff coming up for you guys here on the channel very soon, because I love to be able to give back to you guys for whatever. I love to be able to give back to you guys whichever way I can, considering how much you guys have helped me and changed my life and allowed cool things like this to happen. So yeah, what a life, man. But yeah, I've got a couple of my favorite guitars. We're just gonna do a couple quick riffs. Got an SM57 on here like I always do, but because I don't get to play around with microphones as much, I've got a couple of friends. I don't really have any friends. I've got a couple of microphones from my friends over at SE Electronics. They sent me an X1R ribbon microphone to check out, and I also have the VR1 Voodoo microphone. I actually purchased that myself and just wanted an excuse to use it. So if you guys wanna see more microphone content on the channel, let me know. But yeah, we've got my Balaguer Typhon here, and we are going into the amp, boosting it with the Licklarum King in yellow. And it sounds like this, and I'm not warmed up at all. My hand feels really stiff, so hopefully this isn't awful. Dude, first impressions, the cab sounds absolutely massive. It definitely sounds way bigger than just the standard Engl E412. It sounds less directional. It really seems like it's filling the room, which front-loaded and straight cabs, like that is a recipe, that is a combination for a very directional, a very beamy sound because all the speakers are pointing straight out. Front cabs tend to be just more directional in general. This thing just literally feels like it's filling the room. Like the sound that I'm getting out of it, it just sounds so full, but it's still tight because it's front loaded. It's got the foam in the back. It's built incredibly solid. The palm mutes, man. Like super tight, punchy, yet still big. It's not quite as percussive as the smaller cab, but it's a little rounder in those low end notes. So it just serves a slightly different purpose in my opinion. It just sounds massive. It really does. It sounds really good. Let me grab a drop C guitar. We'll play one more riff and get out of here. My hand was cramping like crazy, but yeah, first impressions, I'm really happy with it for sure. All right guys, so we're gonna push the bottom button in on the amp. I really just kind of want to see how this thing handles massive low end. Haven't really changed anything else. incredibly mean. I'm actually surprised. This guitar is quite a lot less full sounding. It's a good bit brighter than the other guitar that we had. Let's turn off the overdrive and let's see how it sounds going directly into the amp. I'm so happy right now. It sounds so good. Thank you guys for joining me for the first riffs through this cabinet. Like seriously, super happy to have you guys here. I'm beside myself at this opportunity. The cab sounds awesome. I literally can't wait to break the cabinet in and get those speakers moving a little bit more. That'll bring the mids and the low end forward and pull the high end back just a tad, at least according to people who actually know about speakers. If you guys would actually like to see a video on speaker break-in, I've got a really good idea on how to tackle that. And yeah, I just need enough people to tell me that they want to see that video for me to reach out to Sweetwater in order to get the materials that I need to put it together. It's gonna take a little time, but I think that it would be really interesting. But yeah, off topic again, as I normally am. Super excited. Thanks again to Engel. Thanks to you guys for supporting the channel. I really, really appreciate it. This is a dream come true. A cabinet I've wanted for years. To finally have it here is just, I'm super excited to have it in my studio, to be able to use with other bands, to be able to use with my bands and videos and stuff like that, man. I don't know, man. It's, my energy might be a little different on this video today because I'm just like, yeah, I'm just so, I don't know. I don't even know how to put it into words. I'm happy, I'm humbled. It's awesome. Thank you guys. Thanks for joining me for this. So yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here and hopefully spend some more time with this cabinet. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think I'm gonna be busy for the rest of the week, but yeah, first impressions are really good. Having a lot of fun. Hit the like button if you wanna see more videos like this. And of course, I will do a full teardown on this cab and playthrough with multiple amps like I normally do in my cab reviews at some point here in the future. But yeah, thanks for being along for the ride, guys. Kyle here again. We'll see you next time. You know what this wall is missing? Another amp. There we go.